Welcome to the Ballistic Report. I'm your talented host, Ike Moore, and this is the show where we break down pop culture. And I want to start off with some good news and bad news. The bad news is it was a slow news week in the world of entertainment. I know. But the good news is I'm giving you an episode anyway. Yeah, I know you love me. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? It was definitely a big week for the superheroes because Ant-Man was just released in theaters, and I got a chance to see it, and overall, I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a very solid movie for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It stars Paul Rudd, who plays Scott Lang, an ex-con who must help his mentor, Dr. Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas, pull off a big heist that could save the world, and in order to do that, he has to take control of this suit that can not only shrink him to the size of an ant, but can increase his strength at the same time. A lot of people didn't know what to expect from this movie because it's a little bit different than from what Marvel is usually used to. But I really enjoyed it. Everybody gave it their all. Michael Douglas is a legend in his own right, so you knew he wasn't going to phone it in. T.I. surprisingly gives a very comedic performance. Him and Michael Pena, they both, do a great job playing the comedic sidekicks, if you will. So if you're a fan of the Marvel movies and you're a fan of superhero movies in general, you should really check this one out. But Marvel better look behind its back because DC is coming for it. The new Batman vs. Superman trailer was released this week, and oh my lord, this thing looks amazing. To be honest, I didn't see Man of Steel, which is the movie that came before this one, and I think I'm going to have to because from what I'm seeing, this all is building up because during the big battle in Man of Steel, they ended up tearing down Bruce Wayne's building. So Bruce Wayne, aka Batman's, got beef with Superman, and he's going to attempt to kill him. And this is going to be I could go all day long about talking about this trailer, but I'm going to leave it in the description box for you to see it for yourself because this thing is going to be epic. I'm predicting big box office numbers. I'm predicting big critic scores. I can go on, but I'm gonna leave it like that. Just watch the trailer for yourself. Well, if it isn't our old friend Donald Trump. So ever since he announced his presidential run, he has made everybody angry. More specifically, the Latino community, because he was talking about illegal immigrants and all that kind of stuff. And that caused NBC to drop him as a sponsor because NBC, they're like, they love everybody, so they didn't want to be associated with him. And so I'm hearing these rumors that they intend on keeping Celebrity Apprentice, but they want to take George Lopez as the host. Now, when I heard about this, the one word that came in my mind was BS. Okay, I know that's not technically a word, that's an acronym, but still, I don't buy any of it. Not because of George Lopez, because I don't have a problem with George. I think he's a pretty funny guy. I've seen his stand-up. I've liked his TV shows over the years. But why would NBC hire a non-businessman to host a business-type show? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't recall George having any business ventures. I don't think he owns any hotels or anything, so I don't get what they're trying to go for here. If anything, this seems like a PR stunt to make everybody think, oh, see, we like Latinos too. See, he's hosting one of our shows. So I don't buy the rumor. If it ends up happening, then it's going to be real interesting, but I don't buy it one bit. Speaking of business, 50 Cent made a very smart business move earlier this week when he filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh, isn't that supposed to be a bad thing? Not if you're 50 Cent, because his strategy is this. He apparently is getting a lot of lawsuits these days, so him filing for bankruptcy is letting it be known that he wants no more money taken from him. So when I asked him what he thought about it, he said, oh, yo, 50 Cent, man, I ain't trying to get no... Hey, I never said I was an impressionist, but the point is, he's nowhere near broke, so everybody just calm down. 50 is going to be fine, and he's got all of his ducks lined up in a row. And finally, a big congrats to my guy Tyrese. I know I told you guys last week that he released his album, and if sales are any indication, he's going to get his first #1 album in his 20-year career, and that's amazing. For it being his last album and for it to get the love that it's received, it's definitely, I'm sure he's over the moon with excitement. I got a chance to hear the album and I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was great, solid R&B, and you can tell he gave it his all. And that will do it for another edition of the Ballistic Report. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All of my social media outlets are in the description box, and if you have any comments on the stories you heard today, leave them in the comment section below. And until next week, I've been your talented host, Ike Moore, reminding you it's okay to be ballistic as long as it's done responsibly. Good night, Internet.